this morning, sun's a bit hazy. Checking the forecast, things looking crazy. A storm on the horizon, the pressure is low. Gotta get moving, put on a show. The news is all buzzing, state of alert, but we've got a plan, we're ready to work. Emergency Management Associates, we're here for the crisis, we're here for the fates. From the first sign of trouble to the all clear sign, we're on the front lines, we're one of a kind. Emergency Management Associates, we're the calm in the chaos, we're open the gates, connecting the
dots and making the call.
Making the calls, we're picking you up when you're starting to fall. See a little fire or a rising flood, we're a well-oiled machine, we're running in the mud. From the city hall meetings to the rescue teams, turning worst case scenarios into hopeful dreams. We're training the people, stocking the gear, we're the team you can count on when trouble is near. Emergency Management Associates, we're here for the crisis, we're here for the fates. From the first sign of trouble to the all clear sign, we're on the front lines, we're one of a kind. Emergency Management Associates, we're the calm in the chaos, we're open the gates, connecting the dots and making the calls. We're picking you up when you're starting to fall. It's more than a job, it's a calling, you see. Prepared for the present and what's yet to be. Every second counts, we're ready to react for our communities. We're making an impact. Emergency Management Associates, we're here for the crisis, we're here for the fates. From the first sign of trouble to the all clear sign, we're on the front lines, we're one of a kind. Emergency Management Associates, we're the calm in the chaos, we're open the gates, connecting the dots and making the calls. We're picking you up when you're starting to fall. Yeah, we're picking you up, we're ready to go.
Let's get this show on the road. Let's do this, guys. This is Emergency Management Associates on the air. We're ready to go, guys. We're on the air. Emergency Management Associates on January 1st, 2026. It is now 4:25 p.m. Eastern Time on the East Coast of the United States. Welcome to our show, guys. We're ready to go right now for you. Thank you all for being here. Now, guys, this is going to be probably one of the shortest shows we've had here on our program. However, there is a lot of information we want to impact you to get you up to speed on what's going on around the globe and also here in the United States. First off, let's take a look at the USGS map. Okay, I'm going to take down our banner here. I'm going to take down our webcam here so I can show you what's going on. Here, over by where we had the earthquake just about 2 weeks ago here in southeastern Alaska. Over here in southeast Alaska, just south and west of the Canadian Yukon, we're still having earthquakes. Huge earthquake swarm has been happening here, but it's got larger in the past 24 hours. We've had 5.3, 5.6 earthquakes here in the southeastern part of Alaska. This is going to be ongoing. Okay, we had a 7.2 earthquake here. A 7.2 earthquake here in southeastern Alaska just 2 weeks ago. Now, why are we doing this? Why are we worried about it? The simple reason is this. Okay, after a major earthquake like we had here, Earthquake aftershocks are going to continue to pound this area for weeks, possibly months, and even years. This is going to happen. It's ongoing right now. Like I said, last night we had a 5.6, we've had 5.3s, and several large 5.0 earthquakes here. Anywhere from 5.0 to 5.9 are considered to be large earthquakes. USGS last year downgraded those to what they call moderate earthquakes. Moderate earthquakes before were 4.0 to 4.9. Moderate earthquakes cause moderate damage. They leveled the 4.0 to 4.9 earthquakes to be light earthquakes. They're far from being light earthquakes. 5.0, 5.9 have always been large earthquakes because large earthquakes, 5.0, 5.9, cause a lot of damage. These cause a lot of damage, and they have caused a lot of damage on major roadways in this area. They caused some damage to homes and even outposts here in southeastern Alaska. These earthquake swarms are going to probably continue for weeks, if not months and years. Okay, anytime we have a major earthquake, we can count on having aftershocks for probably months and even years. This is going to be ongoing. Okay, yes, we've had earthquakes here in Alaska. Okay, mostly here in I shouldn't say south central, but over here around Anchorage and south of Anchorage. Okay, Anchorage here. We haven't had no earthquakes in Anchorage, but west of Anchorage right here, we've had a 2.2 earthquake near Secedon, Alaska. 2.2 minor earthquake. Okay, further south over here, we continue to have earthquakes here because I believe we're going to see an eruption at Mount Redoubt. Mount Redoubt volcano is right here. Right here. I believe these earthquakes are preceding foreshocks of an impending eruption at Mount Redoubt. Now, while Mount Redoubt itself is fairly calm right now, every time we've had an eruption at Mount Redoubt, we've had earthquakes such as we are having here. I believe what we're seeing here south of Mount Redoubt is pre-eruptive status. We'll see what happens. Okay? Further south here, Old Iliamna volcano is right here. We're having earthquakes here. Just north of Old Iliamna right here, we have a 1.4 tremor. Just south over here, southeast, we have a 1.5. Okay? Out here in the Cook Inlet here, we have a 2.2 minor earthquake here. South of Old Iliamna, also in the Cook Inlet here, we have had 2.2, 2.4, 2.5 earthquakes here. On land here, south of Old Iliamna, we've had a 2.6, a 1.6 tremor. We also had this 1.2. Over here, okay, Kodiak Island. Over here is a 3.0 earthquake. 3.0 earthquake southwest of Larsen Bay, Alaska. Further inland on Kodiak Island, we've had a 2.0 earthquake. Okay, that's normal. That's pretty much normal here. Over here, south of Perryville, Alaska, Sandpoint, Alaska area. Here we had a 3.2 earthquake. This is on the Aleutian Island fault zone. On the fault zone. Okay, this is an undersea ridge in the North Atlantic, basically separating the Atlantic from the Baltic Sea. Further south over here near Atka, Alaska. This is a 3.7 small earthquake here. This is 49 miles southwest of Adak, Alaska. In the Rat Islands here, this is a 1.4 tremor here. 1.4 tremor. Okay. Now we've also had some earthquakes over here southeast of Kamchatka Peninsula. Why? Again, these are foreshocks. These earthquakes here southeast of Kamchatka Peninsula, Russia, are aftershocks. These aftershocks have occurred because over a month and a half ago, remember we had an 8.8 earthquake that USGS said was an 8.8, that I pointed out with data that was actually at 9.4. Yes, a 9.4 major earthquake. USGS tried to get away with an 8.8, which is still a major earthquake. But this was a 9.4 earthquake. Today, we've had more earthquakes since last night. This is a 5.0 earthquake here. This is a 4.6 moderate earthquake. This is a 4.3 earthquake. None of these earthquakes were on land. They were offshore from Kamchatka Peninsula. As a result, nobody on Kamchatka Peninsula felt this earthquake. Nobody. That's a good thing. Let's go over here to Hokkaido, Japan. On Hokkaido, Japan, there's been a 4.2 moderate earthquake here.
Location, Vanuatu. Class, moderate. Magnitude, 5.1. Depth, 75.2 miles, 7 minutes ago.
Vanuatu, down in the South Pacific, we had a moderate earthquake just a few minutes ago. Now, guys, this should be also something that you want to know about, especially those people in the South Pacific. Okay? I'll explain that in just a few minutes. Give me just a second here. Give me a second. I'm just checking something real quick. Okay, like I said, this is a 4.2 earthquake over here on Hokkaido Island. This is the northernmost island of Japan. This is a 4.2 earthquake, a moderate earthquake. Moderate earthquakes can cause moderate damage here. Okay, this is in the hilly area here. Yes, there are people that live in this area and just southeast of here as well, in this town right here. Now, I can't even begin to pronounce the name of this town. Ashikawa, maybe. Ashikawa, Japan, on Hokkaido. Okay? The people in this area probably felt this earthquake. This is a low magnitude moderate earthquake, meaning low magnitude, I say low magnitude 4.0, 4.4. That's low magnitude, the lower side of the moderate scale. The higher the moderate scale goes from 4.4 to 4.9, those can cause even more damage. Okay? People did feel this earthquake, but I don't think there's much damage here in Japan. Okay? But over here off the northeast coast of Honshu, Japan, USGS is not showing this earthquake. I'm going to show it to you. Unfortunately, USGS decides we're not going to show this earthquake. Really? As I said on Monday, I had a conversation with USGS Cascade Volcano Observatory. They said they always post earthquakes when they can get the information about the earthquake. They obviously have this information because other agencies have it. But USGS decides, oh, we don't want to post it. This is a 3.7 minor earthquake between Hokkaido and Honshu, Japan. This is in the same location where we had a 7.2 earthquake off the northeast shores of Honshu, Japan, just about 3 weeks ago. Just about 3 weeks ago here. And yet USGS decides, oh, we don't want to tell anybody about it. So they don't do it. They don't do it. Guys, again, the USGS has become to be one of the most dishonest agencies in the world. And as I said, come Monday, I'm going to be calling the White House. I'm going to tattle on USGS. I'm going to call for some investigation and what's going on at the USGS. Count on it. In southern Japan, they also did not declare this earthquake either. This is a 2.6 earthquake near in what's called Kyoto, Japan, one of the southern islands in Japan. This is a 2.6 earthquake here. 2.6 earthquake here. But again, they don't show anything. They're not showing anything. Yes, they do show 2.6 earthquakes. They do show 3.5, 3.7. They do show moderate earthquakes all the time in other locations. Why are they not showing them here? That's my biggest question I have today. Also, let's go further south. Okay? Over here in the Philippines, they're showing 2 earthquakes here. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. This earthquake over here off the central east side of Mindanao, Philippines. Mindanao, Philippines is this large island in the southern part of the Philippines. Notice where Davao City is? That's the capital city of this island. Over here off the eastern shore, this is a large 5.0 earthquake. This is a large 5.0 earthquake here. Now this is 16 miles east-northeast of Kimblagan, Philippines. This is close enough to shore that people here on Mindanao, Philippines felt this earthquake. They felt this earthquake, guys. There's no doubt in my mind about this. They felt this earthquake. Southeast of Mindanao, Philippines, further to the south here. This is another 5.0 earthquake here. This is 129 miles southeast of Punta Gaitan, Philippines. I don't think they felt this earthquake. I do not think they felt this earthquake at all. But there is that possibility they may have felt something. Okay? Let's go further south, over here in Indonesia. Notice what we're showing you here. They're showing 2 earthquakes. Only 2 earthquakes. Actually, there's a little bit more because there's one other aftershock right there. Let's go over there right now. This is a 5.4 earthquake in the Banda Sea. In the Banda Sea here. This is far enough away from any islands, I don't think anybody felt this earthquake either. This is also a fairly shallow earthquake, 104 miles deep. This aftershock right here. This is a 4.3 moderate earthquake here. Notice where both of these earthquakes are. They are on the plates, the edge of the plates. There are 7 different plates here in Southeast Asia and in the Southern Hemisphere. 7 different plates. They comprise the area from Samoa and Tonga out here to Fiji, and south over here into New Zealand, Australia, over here into Papua New Guinea, over here into Indonesia here, all throughout this area, over into the Philippines, out here into Southeast Asia, or Burma, Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, Hong Kong, Thailand or Taiwan, up here into Japan. 7 different tectonic plates coming into play here. Each one of those plates are doing this. They are subducting, going underneath the other plate just like this. That is what causes all the earthquakes here in this region. That's why we have all these earthquakes in this region. Now, guys, there are a lot more earthquakes than just 2 over here in Indonesia. A lot more than that. Let me show you what's going on here. Look at all these earthquakes here. Why are they not showing all these earthquakes? 38 earthquakes here in this region. 38 earthquakes. Why are they not showing all the earthquakes? Okay, That's exactly the question I am going to pose to the White House. I want an investigation done of USGS. They're not doing their darn job. The preeminent seismic agency of the world. They're supposed to be setting the example for the entire world. Yet, the European agency, the EMSC, is showing earthquakes. No, EMSC does not show all the earthquakes, but they show the majority of the earthquakes. Why is USGS not doing it? They're not doing their darn job. Plain and simple. Now, let me go over here just to Indonesia itself. Look at this. In fact, I believe there's over 40 earthquakes here in this region. I said 36 because there's 36 this morning when I checked it. There's well over 36 now. There's two circles, one with 20 plus, the other with 10 plus. You can see the other earthquakes here. Earthquakes all over this region. They are moderate, they are small earthquakes. And as I said, we see some large earthquakes here as well. That's preposterous. This is utter nonsense. Literally utter nonsense. Now, let's go over to Papua New Guinea, right there, or Papua Indonesia. This is Papua New Indonesia. This is another 5.0 earthquake here. Yes, for this instance, they are showing the large earthquakes, but they're not showing all the earthquakes. Just here, just in this region, we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 54 earthquakes here. 54 earthquakes just in Indonesia itself. 54 earthquakes. USGS shows 3. That doesn't even count up here in the Philippines. There's a lot more earthquakes here in the Philippines as well. Let's go over to just south of Mindanao, Philippines here. Let me bring this down so you can see what I'm talking about. Again, this is Mindanao, Philippines here, the largest island in the Philippines. Over here, just south of Mindanao, Philippines, we have a 3.0 earthquake. That's a 3.0, small earthquake. On Mindanao, Philippines itself, here's a 3.8. 3.8 small quake. Offshore between the two large earthquakes, we have a 3.2 earthquake right here. Okay, not to be outdone. One more earthquake north of that other 5.0. This is a 3.0 small quake there. See what I'm saying? The USGS decides that they're going to pick and choose what they want us to believe. Further north in Central Philippines right here. Okay, this is a 3.4, 3 miles west of Tubongo, Philippines. 3.4 earthquake right there. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Luzon, Philippines, the northernmost island of the Philippines here. Luzon, Philippines here, right here. Okay, over here on the eastern shore here. Actually, southeast of the western shoreline. Southeast of the western shoreline. This is a 3.0 earthquake here. Going further north, off the western shoreline, 8 miles west of Santa Cruz, Philippines. Here's another 3.2 earthquake there. As we go north over here in Luzon, Philippines, one more earthquake here. This is actually on Luzon, Philippines, on the island. This is a 3.1 earthquake right there. That's what I'm talking about. They don't want to show us earthquakes. 50 plus earthquakes here in Indonesia alone. Let's look at the earthquake over in Australia. Australia this morning. 7:34 a.m. this morning. This is a 2.28 just north of Sydney, Australia. This is a 2.28 minor earthquake north of Sydney, Australia. Okay. Is USGS going to show it? Heavens no. Not at all. Now we just had an earthquake that was called in, and it is a 5.2 earthquake here in Vanuatu. 5.2 earthquake, 67 miles northwest of Isangel, Vanuatu. I have friends that are serving a mission there. This is out in the ocean here in the Pacific Ocean. Now, down south in the Indian Ocean, down here on the Antarctic Ridge, this is another 6.0 very strong earthquake. 6.0 very strong earthquake right here. Guys, this is trouble. This is trouble. When we have these size of earthquakes here on the Antarctic Ridge, this means we're going to have more earthquakes. A lot more earthquakes. This is only a shallow earthquake. But because we continue to have these 6.0, 6.4, 6.5 earthquakes here on the Antarctic Ridge, that's only saying there's more energy here. There's more energy here. Again, they're not even showing half the damage here. They're not identifying exactly what's going on here. Rarely do they. Let's go over here to South America. There are 42 earthquakes here in South America. Chile, Argentina, Bolivia, Peru, Ecuador, and Colombia. Showing 42 earthquakes, but they're not showing that. Heavens no. Down here off the coast of Chile, central Chile, this is a 4.4 earthquake here. 4.4 earthquake off of Lota, Chile here. Going north into northern Chile here. This is the border region of Chile and Argentina. This is a large 5.3 earthquake. 5.3 earthquake here. This is 113 kilometers deep. No, this is not the earthquake that we have forecasted to be here. But this is a 5.3 large earthquake. This is the border region of Chile and Argentina to San Antonio de los Cobres, Argentina. 5.3 earthquake. We have more earthquakes here in Peru. Like I said, Ecuador, Colombia, and even one up here in Venezuela here. This is a 4.6 earthquake here in Venezuela. They're not even showing a third of the earthquakes. No way. They never will. Over here in Central America, 18 earthquakes here in Central America. They're showing none. Over here in southern Mexico, 48 earthquakes here in southern Mexico. They're showing none. Not a one. Not one. Why am I angry about this? Because, folks, these earthquakes here in southern Mexico run north. They run north through Mexico, going north up here in northern Mexico, and they end up here in California. They end up here in California. Now, there's one other thing everybody needs to know that I've been telling everybody for about 6.5 years now. We also have energy running south. We have energy running south from up here in Northern California. The San Andreas Fault starts up here in Northern California, right up here. See where this triple junction is here? It's called the triple junction for a reason. The great big huge Cascade subduction zone earthquake fault is right here, running from here north. The Gorda Escarpment runs from Northern California out into the Pacific Ocean for about 350 miles. Yes, we have an earthquake between the Cascade subduction zone and the Gorda Escarpment here. This is a 2.2 earthquake here, off out in the Pacific Ocean here, on the fault lines. Further over here to the southeast, also on the San Andreas Fault. This is a 2.9 3.0 earthquake. The southern part of the Cascadia subduction zone region. Yeah, you heard it right. The southern part of the Cascadia subduction zone region. This should be concerning these people that live in this entire region from north to south. Because the Cascadia megathrust earthquake that's going to originate up here off the coast of Seattle, Tacoma, Washington, out here between the Cascadia subduction zone and the Juan de Fuca plate. It's going to be a 9.0, 10.0 earthquake. That energy is going to run north up into Alaska here. It's going to run north up into Alaska here. It's going to also affect Haida Gwaii here, Haida Gwaii Island, British Columbia. It could actually set off the Haida Gwaii Fault here. The Haida Gwaii Fault is just exactly temperate to the Cascadia. It's capable of a 9.0 earthquake. Now, if we have that earthquake here, or should I say when, that 9.0 earthquake here off of Haida Gwaii could also set off the Cascadia earthquake. Yeah. The 9.0, 10.0 earthquake here. The people on Haida Gwaii won't know what hit them, because when that earthquake hits, it's also going to set up a tsunami. What is not destroyed by the shaking can be destroyed by the tsunami. The same thing goes down here to the south with the Cascadia. Within 20 minutes of the Cascadia earthquake hitting here, this area is going to receive anywhere from a 50-foot to 150-foot tsunami within 20 minutes after the earthquake hits. That's notwithstanding all the other aftershocks that are going to hit here. It's going to be very destructible. It's not going to be fun. Not going to be fun at all. Up here in northern part of Washington, northwestern Washington, this is a 2.0 earthquake near Snohomish, Washington. They've had a lot of snow and rain, haven't they? The mountains here of the Olympic Peninsula have had snow. Down here at Snohomish, guess what? They've had a lot of rain. The rain may have possibly slipped into the earthquake faults here, lubricating the faults, causing some of these earthquakes here. This is a 2.0 minor earthquake here. Along with it, 1.6 tremor here in Great View, Washington. Great View, Washington. Further south here, we have a 2.0 earthquake here, Alder, Washington. All these earthquakes are very shallow earthquakes. Notice also, they are not showing any earthquakes at the volcanoes. Interesting. They say they show everything going on. Guess what? They're not. They never do, never have, never will. Mount Rainier. Mount Rainier, guys, what's going on? Mount Rainier is hitting. It's rolling. It's rolling. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? There is a very good possibility that we may have an eruption in the not so distant future. Earthquakes are happening here. But again, USGS doesn't want to talk about it. They don't want to address it. Further south over here, Mount St. Helens. Earthquakes are hitting there, but they're also not showing anything here. Fascinating. Fascinating. They're also not showing any earthquakes here in Oregon at all. We know that there are earthquakes here. They're happening. They happen on a frequent basis. Northern California. Northern California. Let's go down here in the San Francisco Bay Area. I want to talk about this. Over here near San Francisco Bay here. This is south of San Jose near Seven Trees, California. 1.6 tremor. Just south of there. This is San Martin, California. 1.1 tremor. Interesting. Interesting. Up north here, San Ramon, California. They show one earthquake. 1.7 tremor. That's interesting because there is a swarm of earthquakes here in San Ramon that they're not even showing. We've been seeing a swarm of earthquakes here in San Ramon for over a month now. Now they're not showing them. Why not? San Ramon is right between the Hayward and the Calaveras Fault. Two of the most dangerous fault lines in Northern California. And they're not showing anything. Really great, huh? Crazy is what it is. Let's go south here. Okay, so I showed that Tres. No, I didn't show you this. This is Tres Pinos. This Tres Pinos. This is a 1.8 tremor here. That's also on the Hayward. This earthquake right here. Also Tres Pinos. This is a 1.9 tremor. 9 miles south of Tres Pinos. 1.9 2.0 earthquake. Interesting. On the San Andreas Fault. Further south here, Atascadero, California, 1.6 tremor on the Oceana Fault here. On the Oceana Fault. Just north of San Luis Obispo. Crazy. Crazy. We go further south here. Maricopa, California. 2.1 minor earthquake here. Okay. Let's go to Los Angeles. Interesting here. Near Castaic, California. Minor 2.1 earthquake here north of Santa Clara. Interesting. Going to Los Angeles here. Right here. 1.0 tremor here near Covina, California. right here. 4 miles south of Chino, 1.5 tremor. We have earthquakes all over this area. USGS is only showing what they want us to see. That's all, nothing more. We're here near the San Andreas Fault. Calamasa, California, 1.3 tremor. On the San Andreas Fault. Banning, California, is 0.7 microquake. Interesting. Go southwest here. Winchester, California, Orange County, just northeast of Marietta, Hot Springs. That's also 0.3 microquake. We're going to come back here to Los Angeles in just a minute. San Diego County, northeast San Diego County right here. This is the Anza-Borrego Desert State Park. 0.5 microquake here. 0.5 microquake here. South there right here, 1.3 tremor. 0.6 microquake here. Again, Anza-Borrego Desert State Park, northeast San Diego County. Right here, 0.7 microquake. Anza Gap, Anza-Borrego Desert State Park. Further south here, we're now in Borrego Springs, also part of the Anza-Borrego Desert State Park. 0.7 microquake. And a new earthquake right here. 1.7 tremor here in Borrego Springs, Anza-Borrego Desert State Park. Interesting. Out here in the foothills of the Chalco Mountains, 0.7 microquake here. They say this is southwest of Salton City. It is. It is. Salton City is right here. Right there. On the northwest part of the Salton Sea here, Salton City. Earthquakes there. Interesting. Notice what I've said before. All this area in the Imperial Valley, they're showing one earthquake right here. They're showing a 1.2 tremor here in Calipatria, California. Calipatria typically has anywhere from 75 to 150 earthquakes right here in this area. Why are they not showing them? Inquiring minds want to know. I just showed you a massive bunch of earthquakes here just yesterday. Just yesterday. Between here in the town of Imperial, California, and further south over here into El Centro. Tons of earthquakes. Brawley out here to the northeast has earthquakes here. Holtville here has earthquakes. They're not showing a single one. Not one. Let's go over here to East County, San Diego, California. East San Diego, California. Julian, California. Julian, California right here. 0.6 microquake here in Julian. They've got snow. Quite a bit of snow. San Diego City itself has had tons of inches of snow. Tons of inches of rain. 3 inches of rain. They have extensive flooding we're going to show you in just a minute. Furthest over here to the southeast, Pine Valley. Also wilderness area with Julian. Pine Valley also has snow, 1.3 tremor here. Out here to the east, this is over in the mountains of the Chalco Mountains, the top of the mountain. This is 1.5 tremor here. The top of the mountain here is separating San Diego County from the Imperial County. 1.5 tremor here. Again, they're not showing hardly anything going on. Offshore here. Offshore here. Okay? This is offshore of Carlsbad, California. 1.8 tremor here, 28 miles or 26 miles west-northwest of San Clemente Island, California. North-northwest of San Clemente Island, California. 1.8 tremor here. Let's go over here to Pasadena. Let's talk about Pasadena right here. We just got through having a Pasadena Rose Bowl parade. They were soaked and wet this morning. They were soaked with rain this morning. Let's show you what happened in Pasadena, California this morning.
For the first time in 2 decades, rain will make an appearance for the annual Rose Parade in Pasadena. NBC4's Tracy Leong is live there where people are already setting up for the parade. This is a tradition. How's it looking out there, Tracy?
Well, Kathy, compared to prior celebrations and prior New Year's Eves, it's really not as big of a turnout, but still, there are a lot of people. I mean, there's dozens, probably not hundreds, because Colorado Boulevard is usually packed. So we're seeing less of a crowd, but people are still showing up. Like we mentioned, Kathy, they have their umbrellas, their ponchos, and of course, tarps. It's a soggy New Year's Eve here on Colorado Boulevard in Old Town, Pasadena. The rain has been falling all day, but it's not washing away the enthusiasm for the 137th Rose Parade.
We saw that it was going to be rainy, so we're just prepared for that. And we just want to enjoy ourselves and have a good time and not worry about it.
The wet weather not putting a damper on this iconic tradition. Many braving the elements in ponchos and sporting their Alabama and Indiana gear for the game. Out-of-town visitors tell us this weather is mild compared to what they're seeing back home.
Back home, it was like 17 degrees when we left yesterday morning. So, yeah, it's much warmer here. So I shouldn't complain, right?
Along the route, there's a mix of first-timers and those who've been doing it for years. Some lucky enough to camp under store awnings to stay dry, and others taking shifts with family members.
My daughter and my son and my mom, they took her back to the hotel room and they're just resting up. Then they're going to come back and then we'll go back to the hotel room and just kind of trade off.
How long are the shifts?
We haven't quite decided that yet.
When they wake up.
Still, with steady rain and cooler temperatures, safety is top of mind. Emergency personnel will be out patrolling and ready to assist.
So we have almost 20 assisting agencies here for the next 24 hours, helping us tonight and all day tomorrow.
As people plan to stay out for hours in these winter conditions, Pasadena Fire Chief Chad Augustine is reminding everyone to pay attention to the signs and symptoms of hypothermia.
Severe shivering, we start to have trouble moving, confusion, changes in your levels of consciousness. All of those are signs and symptoms like, okay, I'm having some hypothermia. I either need to get to a place where I can get warmed up, and if that doesn't change, then call 911.
A reminder, if you are coming to the parade tomorrow, umbrellas are not allowed, so plan ahead, wear rain gear. It starts at 8 a.m. Organizers are also encouraging people to use public transportation because parking will be limited. Reporting live in Pasadena, Tracy Leong, NBC4 News.
Pet stores are trying.
That was in Pasadena last night. Let's show you Pasadena Rose Bowl Parade today. Wet weather. They are marching on the roadway in Pasadena in the parade in the rain. Everybody with ponchos on, literally everywhere. Let's watch this just briefly.
Presenting sponsor of the parade. This is the 16th year that they are the presenting sponsor. From the race cars on the track to the team members standing together in celebration, each element on this float represents how teamwork is central to engineering and racing.
And the theme of this is the power of teams. They have some e-scooters on this.
They've earned 15 trophies, so they really know what they're doing when it comes to building a parade float here. And we thank them for being here. This is super cool.
Yeah, the theme of this year's Rose Parade is the magic of teamwork. And boy, it takes a year for them to put these floats together. So certainly a lot of teamwork went into this.
And did you know Honda's first U.S. headquarters was right here in Los Angeles? So how appropriate that they are the #1 entry here, starting us off here.
Yeah, it's 31st year as the official vehicle of the Rose Parade. That headquarters, as you said, is now in the Torrance.
Okay, look at the people on the side of the road watching the parade. Usually the parade route on Colorado Boulevard is packed, side to side, up in the stands, up and down. That didn't happen today. If you watch the parade at all, the stands were partially empty. Yeah, partially empty. Notice the people wearing heavy clothes. We had an interview earlier today with a lady that said she was soaked from top to bottom. She had wool socks on. Over the wool socks, she had cotton socks on. Over those, she had another pair of socks on. All of them soaked. Her pants, her tops, her jackets soaking wet, and she was wearing a poncho.
Area here in Southern California. It first began as a motorcycle manufacturer, and now they do so many other things. And,
all right.
Look at the Marine Corps here.
Innovators in technology.
They're not wearing jackets at all,
really
and they're getting
celebrate the
soaked.
people that are on
the rain is falling down here.
horseback, the equestrian units, and those that are marching. This is the United States Marine Corps West Coast Composite Band from San Diego and Camp Pendleton. Rain or rain, they are here.
We've been out here for a couple of hours, and they've been standing in formation there at the start of this parade, waiting for this parade to get underway. There they are in their dress blues, going down Orange Grove.
And let me just stand corrected here. This is the Marine Corps Mounted Color Guard from Barstow, California. Right behind them is going to be the composite band. We welcome them and thank them for starting us out here with the instruments and all this 5-mile march here. And right now it is kind of light rain, but wow, they look great.
Despite the rain, looking really smart this morning. The United States Marine Corps West Coast Composite Band. Okay,
I'm going to end it here. I don't want to get a copyright hit for the music, but notice it is raining there. Everybody there had ponchos and jackets on, and they were still cold. Incredible weather there. Yes, they're getting rain. They're having landslides happen there. They're having flooding happen. People getting stranded in the water. Stranded in the water. That's what's been happening up and down the entire West Coast of North America. All kinds of weather. That's not all, folks. There's more. There's more. Let's look at this. This is another band there. The people here along the side of the road are wearing ponchos, as you can see. Unreal. Craziness. Also lots of flooding. This is San Diego, California. Mission Valley, California. Guys, Mission Valley is flooded. Okay? Lifeguards rescue an adult and a child trapped in the car in flooded Fashion Valley. A San Diego lifeguard unit, Swift Water Rescue Team, rescued an adult and a child trapped in a vehicle by rapidly rising floodwaters this morning. San Diego Fire Rescue Department spokeswoman Candace Hadley said, and she was at the scene, she described the flooding following today's morning showers as a river, and said that low-lying Fashion Valley at 7007 Friars Road has very significant flooding, especially in the Avenida del Rio area. Avenida del Rio, what does that mean? Avenue of the river, the San Diego River. Hadley said San Diego fire personnel crews were conducting swift water rescue operations all over San Diego County. Again, one child and one adult was rescued from a car trapped in the Mission Valley floodwaters. Their ages were not provided. The fire department and the San Diego Police Department urged residents to avoid all flooded areas caused by the storm. Take safety precautions seriously. Do not drive through floodwaters no matter how high or how fast they seem to be flowing. We have cars getting stuck in the floodwaters. We have 6 swift water rescue teams in San Diego that are here to respond, who are actively addressing and rescue people's needs. How they said 6 inches of moving water can knock over an adult, while 12 inches of moving water can sweep away a vehicle. If you are stuck in a car, do not attempt to drive through the water or to get out. Call 911. They have rescue crews available to help. That goes for anywhere in Western California or anywhere else. Call 911 if you get stuck. But please turn around, don't drown. Do not cross flooded roadways for any reason. Don't cross flooded roadways for any reason. There is a flood warning in effect. There is a flood warning in effect right now. Let me see here. I thought I had this flood warning here already out here. Let me put it up here. There it is right here. This is for San Diego County. All the way from the coastline of La Jolla area, all the way out to Lakeside where I used to live. That's a huge flooded area. 25 to 30 miles of flood warning there. 25 miles from the west coast to out towards Lakeside, 25 miles away. The flood warning is extended for the following river areas in California. The San Diego River at Fashion Valley that I spoke about. I showed you that picture just a minute ago. San Diego River at Fashion Valley affecting San Diego County. The San Diego River, including Fashion Valley, minor flooding is forecast. Minor flooding is occurring and minor flooding is in the forecast. Impacts: 7.5 feet deep, 7.5 feet deep in the San Diego River and downtown. That's action flood stage. The first real impacts are seen on the San Diego River at this level. Low-lying rivers in and around Fashion Valley have begun to take on water. Avenida del Rio is the first road to begin flooding at 9.0 feet. More extensive low-lying roadways are flooded in and around Fashion Valley, including Fashion Valley Road itself. Parking structures in and around Fashion Valley Mall. They began taking water at the lowest levels at 10.0 feet. Fashion Valley Mall parking lot is flooded. More extensive flooding begins at this level, more than just low-lying areas. The Fashion Valley Mall parking garage is taking on water at lower levels, and the Fashion Valley Mall garage is under 1 to 2 feet of water right now. At the Town and Country Hotel parking lot on the east side of Fashion Valley. Their parking lots at Town and Country Hotel are also flooded. The flood gauge there is at 11 feet high. The parking garages at Fashion Valley Mall have up to 3 feet of water at the lowest levels. Water may begin to surround area hotels such as the River Leaf Inn. The Mission Valley Trolley Station, that is their light rail station in Mission Valley. Ward Road may also begin to flood. Flood waters also have flooded out Camino de la Reina under Highway 163 in San Diego, California. Flooding has begun on Camino de la Reina in San Diego Interstate 163. At 12 feet, even more extensive flooding has occurred in and around Fashion Valley, where Qualcomm Stadium was. Where Qualcomm Stadium was just north of Fashion Valley, underwater. Camino del Este, underwater. Ward Road is also underwater. Mission Gorge Road is flooded. Mission Trolley Station, the light rail station, is flooded. And that area may be closed due to the San Diego River rising at Pacific Coast Highway. Interstate 5 on and off ramps flooded at San Diego River and Pacific Highway. Mission Center Road may also begin flooding with debris on railings. Fashion Valley Trolley Station, again the light rail station, surrounded by water. 2 feet of water flowing over Fashion Valley Road across gates. Now there is an old golf course there. They have a driving range, a huge driving range, a wonderful driving range there, closed due to flooding. At 13.5 feet, portions of the east side of Fashion Valley at Hotel Circle are underwater. Qualcomm Way, where the old football stadium was, is flooded. Now this flooding may also back up to Choice Creek in San Diego, California. Choice Creek floods out homes in that area. Mission Gorge Road going east out of San Diego City. Low water crossing as 1 or 2 feet of water is flowing over the roadway. Mission Center Road will also have 2 to 3 feet of water flowing over the roadway. Hotel Circle also has areas of standing water. At 11:01 a.m. this morning, the stage of flooding was at 12.7 feet high. The bank full stage is at 10 feet, meaning there is over 2 feet of water flooding over that area. The maximum river stage in the 24-hour period ending at 11 a.m. this morning was 12.7 feet, 2.7 feet higher than the river normally is at high flood stage. Now, for those of you in San Diego County, and yes, we have some of them in our EMA family here, the San Diego River will rise to 13.4 feet this afternoon. It will then fall late this evening. It will rise to 12.1 feet just after midnight tonight. Then it will fall below flood stage late tomorrow morning to 3.8 feet high early Sunday afternoon. It will rise to 5.6 feet Monday afternoon. It will then fall again and remain below flood stage. Flood stage is at 10 feet high. Come Monday afternoon, they hopefully will have the San Diego River so far down it will be under flood stage. They hope. Now the previous high river crest was on January 16th, 2023. The previous river crest was 12.8 feet high. 12.8 feet high. That's huge. Again, San Diego has been under a flood warning right now for over 24 hours. That's going to continue probably at least until tomorrow. Through tomorrow. This area here is called Hotel Circle. You can see the water all cresting over the roadway here. Please do not cross this area. The flood waters have possibly undermined the roadway. Stay off of it. Otherwise, you may be caught in the flood waters. Stay away from it. Please stay away from it, guys. You don't want to be caught in that. Not at all. Now I want to ask for some prayers for some of our EMA family members. Some of you know, and we have Sharon here, Sleeping Well, otherwise known as Sleeping Well Candle here in our chat. She's having a hard time during the past little while. We need to remember her and pray for her, and pray for a lot of other of our family members. Guys, this is a time to be prayerful over a lot of people. Yes, we have a lot of people that succumb to weather symptoms and colds and other flus. My cousin Becky here. Becky lives in Minnesota. For the last several days, she's been in the hospital fighting for her life. By no stretch of anyone's imagination is this even an exaggeration. While not going into the gory details, she explains that she contracted a rare strain of influenza A, along with a bacterial pneumonia, from the top to the bottom of her right lung. The pneumonia spread to the upper portion of her left lung within 48 hours of being admitted. Her body right now is fighting several different kinds of infections, 5 at the moment. Severe different types of infections. Every minute is a struggle to take a deep breath in alone or even out. Some of her blood levels are so low that they weren't even on the chart, while others were just barely. Some blood levels were high where others were okay. They want her to eat. But who can eat hospital food when eating sounds exhausting? She's asking for everybody to keep her in their prayers and thoughts and good vibes. There's someone else we want to keep in our thoughts. This wonderful little girl named Addie. Her grandmother and grandfather asked me to talk about her. I put her on her Facebook yesterday evening, and I'm showing her today to you. She's a baby. Unfortunately, she swallowed a little battery. She swallowed a little button battery Sunday night. She had emergency surgery to remove the battery, which showed a lot of damage to her esophagus. It was very burnt. They placed a feeding tube in her nose, a feeding tube for 3 to 4 weeks. They did an esophagram on her this morning. The results came back good with no holes or leaking of her esophagus. She's now clear to start taking clear fluids through her feeding tube. Keep her in our prayers. Keep her in our prayers. They're coming on down the road of recovery, but it's going to be a long road, at least 3 or 4 weeks, if not longer. Her grandparents and her parents are asking us and thanking us for those prayers. And other things that everybody's been doing, reaching out to them and checking on herself. And I will continue checking in with them and post updates on this little baby, Addie. Her real name is Adeline. Her name is Adeline, little Addie. So guys, there are a lot of people this time of year that need our prayers, even our own EMA family. Please keep us all in your prayers. We all need it. Prayers for healing for everybody. Guys, I love you. I broadcast this program for a reason. We talk about disasters. We talk about floods. We talk about fires. We talk about earthquakes. We talk about hurricanes. We talk about tornadoes, all kinds of weather, all kinds of different shootings, all kinds of explosions and other things that are going on. That's for a reason. To tell you what is going on so we can prepare ourselves for what's happening. That's what we want to do. Now, why I'm talking about that. In the past, and we're going to continue talking about this, but we need to refresh our emergency kits. Refresh our emergency kits. Preparedness doesn't need to be overwhelming. It just needs to be intentional. Don't try to take on a full emergency kit all at once. Do it proportionally. Get started on it. The sooner you get started on it, the sooner you will have a full-blown emergency kit. A fresh start like we're having today. This is New Year's Day. New Year's Day, we can start setting goals. A fresh start is a great time to check your supplies. Check your supplies. Whether you have a backpack or a full-blown tote, check and make sure your supplies are there. Make sure everything's still good. Your medical kit, bandages, gauze, whatever you have. Make sure it's still good. Make sure your food in there is still good. Hopefully you have freeze-dried food, as I do, in our emergency kits. Okay? Please do that. It's absolutely essential. Be ready. Be ready because anything can happen. Now, be ready when moments matter. Make a plan. Have an emergency preparedness plan. Learn first aid and CPR and how to use an AED. Have an emergency kit. Stay informed of what's going on. That's why we talk about it. Staying informed about what's going on. We want to always tell everybody what's happening. Please do that. Jose Estrada is here. He's talking about antibiotics. I agree. Have plenty of antibiotics in your kit. That's essential to everybody's health. That's essential to everybody's health. I want to share a scripture with you while we're here. Right now, I've gone to 2 Timothy, 3rd chapter, 15th and 16th verses. Actually, I'm going to start with verse 14. But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned, and hast been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them. Knowing of whom thou hast learned them. This is important. Who did we learn them from? Our Heavenly Father and His Son, Jesus Christ. And that from a child. Thou hast known the Holy Scriptures, which are able to make thee wise unto salvation, through faith which is in Christ. All Scriptures are given by inspiration of God, and are profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness. All Scriptures are good. Read your Scriptures. Pray. Get revelation directly from God for yourself and your family. Now's the time to do it. Prepare for this coming year, guys. Prepare for this coming year. I don't think it's going to get any easier. We're in the tribulation portion of our time. May God bless us. May God be with us this day and always. I pray that every day that I wake up. I pray for all of you. I pray for our nations. I pray for our leaders. Please, guys, please join me in prayer for those people. May God bless us all. And I ask that prayer in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. If anything else happens today or tomorrow, we'll be back on the air as soon as the information becomes available. Tomorrow evening at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, we'll start a program with Emergency Management Associates on the air with emergency preparedness information. Be prepared for that. Please join us here. Please share this information far and wide with your family, your extended family, the people you work with, the people you are on social media with, and everybody. Share it far and wide. We need the coverage, not just to bring people into our channel, but also to get emergency information out. That's the whole purpose of this program, sharing the emergency information. That's essential. If you want to help support this program, along the bottom of this program here, bottom of your screen, you're seeing our PayPal addresses going across the bottom. You can go there and help support this program. You see our mailing address, 504 Bethel Road, Box 401, Morganton, North Carolina. The zip code here is 28655. You can send us cards and letters telling us what you're doing to prepare. We want to hear that. We want to be able to share information with everybody. Send us those cards and letters. Inside those cards and letters, you can also stick a check or money order, even cash. That gets to us. We appreciate that. Aubrey sent us a check the other day. We got the other day. We thank her for that. Guys, we appreciate each one of you. If you have comments or questions, you have the comments below this video today. Put a comment here. We'd love to hear from you. Plus, give us a thumbs up. Thumbs up and comments are looked at by YouTube, and they look at those going, hey, people care about you. They care about Emergency Management Associates. Please leave comments and questions below this program. Also, you see our email address going across the bottom of your screen, rltnspdema@gmail.com. You can send us comments there. You can send us questions. You can also send us criticisms and also things that you'd like to see on this program. Please do that. We'd love to hear from you. Guys, we love you. We care about you a lot. We love and care about you. Please, guys, help support this program. May God bless you. May God be with you wherever you go, whatever you do. Take care of each other. Love each other. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon at 4 p.m. Eastern Time with another episode of Emergency Management Preparedness Friday. Preparedness Friday. Have a good night, everybody. Much love. See you soon. Good night.
Here at Emergency Management Associates, we're dedicated and true, bringing you the essential knowledge, helping you see things through. From disaster preparedness to navigating recovery's embrace, we're here to guide you in every unpredictable time and place. We break down the complex, make it easy to grasp and absorb, sharing strategies for safety, the vital lessons you can't afford to hoard. So thank you for watching, and thank you so much for your sub. You're a key part of our growing family, a member of our knowledge club. With every like, every share, and every comment you send our way, our critical message spreads further, helping more people every single day. Together we're stronger and more prepared. That's the truth we all abide. You help us build resilience with nowhere for uncertainty to hide. Your engagement truly inspires us. Your feedback acts as a guiding light, helping us continually grow and making our channel's future bright. We're always learning, always striving to be better, bring you the most up-to-date information, no matter the weather. Emergency Management Associates is here for you now and forever, it's true. Keep watching, keep learning, because we truly appreciate all that you do. Thank you.